The Bible says, Thomas, who is nicknamed the twin, said to his fellow disciples, let's go also and die with Jesus. Does that sound like the words of a doubter? Does that sound like the words of a hesitant, timid man? No, that's just a glimpse of the personality of Thomas. And then you have this in John chapter 20, where Thomas says, I am not going to believe it until I put my fingers into his nail-pierced hands, until I touch the wound on the side of his body. What's the contradiction? Basically, what Thomas was arguing with the disciples was this. Because Thomas was thinking in his mind, wait a minute. All of you guys have seen Jesus with your own eyes. All of you experienced his presence unequivocally. Now, I don't want to build my faith based on your experience. I don't want to go out to preach this risen Savior based on what you're telling me. I don't want to be preaching somewhere in Samaria or in Judea and someone comes up to me and asks me this question, Thomas, did you see Jesus? And I have to tell them, no, I didn't see him personally. Peter told me about it. John told me about it. James told me about it. What Thomas was saying was, guys, I was with all of you when Jesus fed the 5,000. I was with every one of you when Jesus rose daughter of Jairus from death. I was there when Jesus healed the leper. I was there when Jesus gave sight to the blind. I've seen him personally, face to face, do these miracles. I want to have my own experience of Jesus Christ for myself. I want to see him for myself so that when I stand in front of people and I tell them Jesus is alive, I can say it without a shadow of doubt because I have seen him personally. I think that's the reason why Thomas was so stubborn, where he says, I don't care, even if it means I gotta touch his nail-pierced hands, if I gotta feel the wound on the side of his body, but I want my own personal encounter with Jesus Christ. And I think all of us should have a little bit of Thomas in us, where we are not satisfied with other people's experience of Jesus Christ, where we don't build our faith based on our daddy and our mommy or our uncle or our husband or our wife, where we don't follow Jesus Christ because that's what our family does. We don't come to church because that's what we do, Pastor. We get up on a Sunday morning and we come to church. There's so many of us who have made Christianity into a sort of a religion where we do it without even knowing why we do it. We follow Christ without having had a personal encounter with Christ. And I'm telling you, this is what sets Christianity apart from every other faith in this world. Christianity is not a faith for the masses. It is a faith for the individual. It is a God who is personal, God who desires to meet with people on a personal level and reveal himself personally. It's one thing to hear about Jesus. It's another thing to know Jesus. It's one thing to hear about the cross. It's another thing to be at the cross.